Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with a unit called Measures of Central Tendency. Now, under Measures of Central Tendency, we are going to cover all these topics over a period of time, namely mean, median, mode, deciles, percentiles, and quartiles. Don't get so scared. They are nothing very difficult. They're all very easy. Under mean, I'm going to be covering with you three topics: arithmetic mean, weighted mean, and combined mean. Under quartiles, we have two quartiles, the lower quartile Q1 and the upper quartile Q3. I would recommend all of you to make a note of all this as it is given in the video in your registers for record. As we've already discussed, there are three important series which you need to identify while you're doing numericals, because according to the series, you're going to use the formula. So the first series, I just recapitulate for you. The first series is individual series, in which we are going to cover only one column X. It would be of marks, income, daily wages, anything like that. Then you have the second series, the discrete series, which will be represented by two columns X and F. X is the variable, marks, etc. and F is the frequency, the number of maybe the students, the number of families, the number of people, etc. Then you have continuous series, in which you'll be given class intervals and frequency. Is that clear? Now, class interval, I told you, any method, any series given to you, you have to bring it to exclusive series. मतलब 0 to 10, 10 to 20 and so on. इन तीनों series में हम तीन methods करेंगे under mean. So जब मैं mean start करूँगी, we are going to start with three methods. The methods are direct method, shortcut method and step deviation method. Okay, today we are going to be doing arithmetic mean, which is nothing but averages. You have done this in your lower classes, perhaps your 9th or 10th. Now today I'm going to be covering individual series in arithmetic mean, right? As I already told you, there are three series and three methods in arithmetic mean. The first method is your direct method or actual mean method. जब तुम्हें न्यूमेरिकल्स आएंगे एग्जाम्स में, बड़े क्लियरली मेंशन्ड होगा कौन से मेथड से तुमने मीन ढूंढना है. सीरीज नहीं दी होगी, मैं बार बार कह रही हूँ, लेकिन मेथड तुम्हें क्लियरली दिया होगा कि कौन से मेथड से तुमने करना है. अंडर इंडिविजुअल सीरीज, कैन यू सी दिस? ओनली एक्स इज गिवन टू यू. दिस इज ABCD is just for namesake. Now when we use direct method, the very first step, children, I have numbered. These numberings are the steps. Mind you very carefully. You have to make a note of this in the same manner. The very first step is you will find a total of X. Sigma X कहते हैं उसे, 600. And you have to find out the number of items. N is the number of items. The second step is you will use the formula. If there is no formula put in the exams, you will not get marks. Formula के number नहीं है, लेकिन formula ना लिखोगे तो number कटेंगे. X bar, which we represent as mean, is equal to sigma X upon N. The third step, as it goes in continuation, I have put the value 600 upon 10, which is 60. I repeat, first you will find the total of X. You will divide it by the number of items. You get arithmetic mean. If you see very carefully, so here I have given you two sums for practice. So as soon as you copy down the arithmetic mean in case of individual series, in case of direct method, right, these are the two sums that you will be doing for practice. These have to be done in your registers where you are making a note of this entire write-up material. The second method under individual series is shortcut method, जिसको हम assume mean method भी कहते हैं. So I repeat, the first method was direct method or actual mean method. And the second method is shortcut method or actual mean method. Now here I take the same sum again. I've given you marks. The marks are given as 85, etc. So you have these as marks. Now here the difference is you will be given an assume mean. Let us assume hypothetically 50 is the assume mean. मैंने लिख दिया यहाँ 50 is the assume mean. Right? Now this will be given to you. You don't have to worry. Now when 50 is the assume mean, हम उससे D निकालेंगे. Can you see step 2? D. D is X minus A. This is your X, 85. This is your A. So 85 minus 50 plus 35. 60 minus 50 plus 10. 50 minus 50, 0. So you cannot ignore the sign. If you look at this particular point, x is 40, 40 minus 50, it is minus 10. Do not ignore the sign, right? So when you add up all the pluses and you add up all the minus and then minus from them, you get sigma d. Sigma means summation d, which is 100. That is your second step. First step here is calculation of d. This is just given to you, right? So you don't take this as a step. Then you have the third step. You find there's a formula. X bar is equal to a plus sigma d upon n. I always recommend my students to put this in a bracket, and जो भी answer आएगा उसको तुम a के साथ करोगे. Avoid going into LCM procedure. It becomes very lengthy for you. So a plus a is 50. Your sigma d is 100. Your number of items are 10. So 50 plus, I have solved this here, 10, and it is 60. So I repeat, assume mean will be given to you 50. The next step is finding d. D is x minus a. Do not ignore the sign. Total up the d. Sigma d aa gaya. Summation d कहते हैं उसे. Then you will find x bar is equal to a plus sigma d upon n. Substitute karo values and you get the answer as 60. Now, for your convenience, I have again given you two sums here, and the circled number is your assume mean. I expect you to do these two sums after you have finished the shortcut method. I repeat myself, children, each and everything should be noted down in your register. The internal assessment will be only on the basis of the register maintained during the lockdown period. Do not have any hard feelings later on. Okay? The third method under individual series is step deviation method or assume mean method. See, the second method and the third method is also known as assume mean method. लेकिन इन दोनों में एक vital difference है. मैंने वहाँ note में लिखा हुआ है. The vital differences, तुम ये method step deviation method तभी use कर सकते हो अगर तुम्हारी x series में एक common factor हो. Common factor मतलब if they are divisible by one particular number in common to all. अगर वो चीज तुम्हारे x में है तो तुम ये मेथड यूज कर सकते हो, नहीं तो यू कैन डू इट बाय शॉर्टकट मेथड. मान लो एग्जाम में तुम्हें आ गया फाइंड मीन यूजिंग अज्यूम मीन मेथड, तो तुमने देखना है कि अगर तो कॉमन फैक्टर है तो यूज स्टेप डिविएशन मेथड, अगर कॉमन फैक्टर नहीं है तो इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर टू यूज शॉर्टकट मेथड. दोनों में से कोई भी यूज कर सकते हो अगर तुम्हें स्पेसिफिकली कुछ मेंशन नहीं आएगा तो. Let's assume how it is done. Can you see this? This is your x, the same numerical. The very first step, assume mean, is given to you. I repeat, it will be always given to you. I have taken it as 50 again. Then you have second step, d. What is d? X minus a. This step is already done in shortcut method. So यहाँ तक sum is the same. लेकिन एक step आगे जाते हैं calculations को थोड़ा easy करने के लिए. That is, we find d dash. What is d dash? d upon c. What is D? ये कॉलम में हमने निकाला है. What is C? इस D कॉलम में तुमने देखना है इनमें कॉमन फैक्टर क्या है. तुमने X में नहीं देखना, तुमने D में देखना है कि कॉमन फैक्टर क्या है. In the column D, that is the second column, all these numbers are divisible by 5. So the common factor is 5. I repeat, all these numbers are divisible by 5. So the common factor is 5. You will find the common factor only in this column. I repeat. So d dash is d upon c. तो मैंने क्या किया? I have divided each value of d with the common factor. So d is 35 divided by the common factor 5. 7. 10 divided by 5. 2. Don't forget, you cannot ignore the sign. You will have to take the sign as it is. The fourth step is summation of d. मतलब you will add up summation of d dash. You will add up all the values of d dash. That is minus, you get plus 20. The fifth step is formula. Formula is x bar is equal to a plus sigma d dash into n upon n into c. पहले हमने क्या किया था? हमने c के साथ डिवाइड किया. हम उसी कॉमन फैक्टर को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. As I've already told you, try to solve this in the bracket itself. So 50 plus 20 upon 10 into 5, which is 50 upon 10, which is 60. I hope it's very clear to all of you. I repeat the entire method for your convenience. X will be given to you. you will find d, which is x minus a. You will find d dash. What is d dash? D upon c. What is c? C is the common factor in the column d. Then you will do summation of d. Then you will apply the formula x bar is equal to a plus sigma d dash upon n into c. Now I've given you again two sums on the next page. Have a look at these sums. Yeah, you will do these sums using step deviation method. I've given you the assume mean. In the first sum it is 80. In the next sum it is 10. Good morning everybody. Today we are going to understand arithmetic mean in the case of discrete series. As told to you earlier, we are going to do the three methods, namely direct method, shortcut method and step deviation method. When we are calculating arithmetic mean or the average in case of discrete series, as I told you, how do you identify the series? There is an x column and the f column, the marks and the number of students. When you are using the direct method or the actual mean method, the very first step is you will find fx. What is fx? Each value of x multiplied with each value of f. 20 into 8 is 160, 30 into 12 is 360 and so on. The second step will be you will take summation of fx and you will take summation of f. Let me tell you one thing. The formula goes sigma fx upon n. N is the number of items, which is in case of discrete series sigma f. But there is always a tendency that the children get confused between what is n. They take n as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas that is wrong. Because in individual series वो चल जाएगा. लेकिन discrete series और continuous series में क्योंकि हमारे पास f है तो n is sigma f. तो मैं हमेशा एक चीज करती हूँ. I always recommend the students to write sigma f instead of n. So I make a slight change in the formula. It is x bar is equal to sigma fx upon summation f. I do not take n because I know out of my experience children normally get confused. So the third step is using the formula x is equal to summation fx upon sigma or summation f. Then you calculate, post the values and you get x bar equal to 41. I've given you two sums for practice. Make sure that you do these two sums, right? So this was discrete series direct method. Now moving on to discrete series shortcut method. Under discrete series shortcut method, we also call it as the assume mean method. The same sum is given to you, x is given to you and then f is also given to you. Here, as I already told you, in assume mean will always be given to you 40. Right? It can be anything. It need not be just 40. It can be even 60. It can be 30. कुछ भी हो सकता है. लेकिन हम क्योंकि uniformity ready करके we give a assume mean. Then you have to first calculate d. What is d? D is x minus a. I told you you cannot ignore the signs. You have to take the signs into consideration. So x is 20. 20 minus 40 minus 20, then minus 10 and so on. The second step, which is an additional step in discrete series, you will calculate fd. What is fd? F into every value of d. So 8 into minus 20 is minus 160. 12 into minus 10 is minus 120. So we add the plus and the minus signs and we get together sigma fd, which is plus 60. So your third step will be to find the summation of f, that is 60, and summation of fd, which is again 60. 240 plus 10, 340. 340 minus 280. You get plus 60. The fourth step is you will find the formula. The formula is x bar is equal to a plus sigma fd upon sigma f. As I always told you, solve this in this particular bracket itself. जो भी उसका आंसर आएगा, चाहे डेसिमल्स में आए चाहे होल नंबर में आए, उसको तुम a के साथ ऐड करोगे. Posting the values, a is 40, sigma fd is 60 and your sigma f is 60. So 40 plus 1 is 41. Again, I've given you two sums for practice. Make a note of these two sums. These two sums have to be done in the register. For the sake of convenience, I've also given you the answers so that you can cross-check whether your answer is correct or not. Moving on to the third one. Yeah, you have the step deviation method. What do you understand by step deviation method? It is also known as assume mean method. This method can only be applied, I told you earlier, if there is a common value. The common value here is obviously 10. There is a common factor with which each of these values can be divided. कभी कभी ये हो सकता है यहाँ 65 आ सकता है, यहाँ 35 आ सकता है, कोई बात नहीं, तो भी each one of them are divided by 5. Assuming 40 is given to you, frequency is given to you. सबसे पहले step होगा D. What is D? We already know x minus a. So 20 minus 40 and so on. ये तो repeat step है. अब एक step आगे जाते हैं, D dash. What is D dash? ये जो D तुम calculate कर चुके हो upon common factor. What is the common factor? मैंने हमेशा recommend करती हूँ बच्चों को कि common factor तुम D में से निकालो. All these values are divisible by 10. So your common factor becomes 10. So minus 2, minus 1 and so on. The third step will be you will multiply f into d dash. So it is f d dash. 8 into minus 2 minus 16, 12 into 1 minus 1 minus 12 and so on. Then fourth step is you will take the summation of f d dash and the summation of f. I told you summation of f is n, लेकिन हम summation of f लिखेंगे, हम n नहीं लिखेंगे to avoid any sort of confusion. Then you have your formula to be posted. X bar is equal to a plus summation f d dash upon sigma f into c. C is the common factor. Again, solve this entire thing in this particular bracket itself and then add it to the assume mean. So 40 plus 6 upon 60 into 10, which is 40 plus 1, which is 41. I've given you two sums again. Assume mean is 35 in the first case. In the second case, assume mean is 60. Answers are also given to you. Always the circled value is the assume mean, right? The answers are also given to you. So complete these 6 sums along with the information given. Children, your register should contain the methodology and the numericals the way it is done. Good morning everybody. Today we are going to be doing arithmetic mean in case of continuous series. So far we have covered the basic concepts. We have covered arithmetic mean in case of individual series using all 3 methods. In case of discrete series using all 3 methods. Today we are going to be doing continuous series with all 3 methods. Coming to the first method, which is known as direct method or actual mean method. The class interval will be given to you like this, 0 to 5, 5 to 10 in the exclusive form. Frequency will be given to you. This is the numerical, the question. The very first step in case of continuous series, चाहे जैसी मर्जी है, जो मर्जी आपको ढूंढना है, आपने simple rule follow करना है, तुमने mid value निकालनी है. What is mid value? It is the lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So you get 2.5, 7.5 and so on. Once the mid value is taken out, if you put your hand on this, close this particular portion here like this, this becomes your discrete series. So then the second step is you will calculate fx. What is fx? F into every value of x. You get the total of fx, that's called summation fx 405 upon summation of frequency. As I already told you, this n is nothing but sigma f, but I would never recommend you to take the value of n. Take it as n because n may confuse you as the number of items just 1, 2, 3. So that may be a tendency. So I always recommend students to write sigma fx upon sigma f as a formula of mean. Then post the values. 405 upon 30 will give you 13.5. I quickly recapitulate the entire step. It's very simple. The very first step you will do is you will calculate mid value x. जब x आ गया, second step is f into x fx. Third step is you will take the summation of f and the summation of fx. The fourth step is you will post the formula, that is x bar equal to summation fx upon summation f. Fifth step is you will put the values and you get the answer. There are 2 numericals here. Very carefully observe them. I am showing you the entire numerical here. So 2 numericals here. Find arithmetic mean using direct method. Make sure you tally your answer as given here. The second method is the shortcut method or the assume mean method in case of continuous series. Now this particular column Ci and this particular column F together is the numerical. This is the form of the question. The assume mean will be given to you as 12.5, but when you look at this particular portion, you don't see 12.5. Then where is 12.5? The very first step, as I told you, whenever it's a continuous series, you have to calculate mid-value x. The moment you calculate mid-value x, you find 12.5. Take it as the assume mean because it is given to you. If you take some other value as the assume mean, probably that much of weightage you don't get in the exams, because what is given to you, kindly take that only. The second step is find d. D is nothing but the deviations. X, this is your x minus a. 2.5 minus 12.5 minus 10. Do not ignore the sign. Then you multiply f into d. So you get the third column called the fd. I've given the thing f into d. Once you're done with this, you may have a plus or minus. Calculate accordingly, and then you get the sigma fd, which is 30. There's a possibility that sigma fd can also be negative. Summation f, which is nothing but n, it is 30. Put the formula is x bar equal to a plus summation fd upon summation f. I always recommend the students to solve this particular portion in the bracket itself. Don't complicate yourself by going into LCM method. Then 12.5 by 30 upon 30, it's 31, which is 13.5. A quick recapitulation of the entire method. First, this is a question given to you. First step is find mid-value x. Assume mean is given to you. Find deviations, the x minus a. Summation of f into d. Then summation fd and summation f. Then post the formula and post the values. Two particular numericals are given to you, right? The assume mean is also given to you very clearly there, and the answer is also given there for your convenience. So you're expected to complete these two numericals once you're done with the method. The third method in continuous series is step deviation method or assume mean method. As usual, this is the portion of the sum given to you. The very first step, as always said, find mid value, which is x L1 plus L2 upon 2. Assume mean is given 12.5. The second step will be find deviation. So until here, it is the same as shortcut method. Then find d dash. All of us know what is d dash by now. It is the d column divided by a common factor. If you look at this particular d, always find the common factor in this d column. If you look at the common factor here, all these values are divisible by 5. The least common factor, it's all divisible by 5. So 10 upon 5 is minus 2, 5 upon 5 is minus 1, and so on. Do not ignore the signs. The fourth column is f into d dash. So f d dash, you get that particular value, f d dash. The fifth step is summation of frequency and summation of f d dash. There is always a possibility that f d dash can also be a negative also. Then the sixth step is apply the formula. The formula goes a plus sigma f d dash upon sigma f into c. I always recommend students to solve the bracket here itself. So it is 6 upon 30 into 5. It is solved. It is 1. 30 upon 31. Add 1 to 12.5. It's 13.5. The 1 is not visible. I'll just make it clear for you people. It's 13.1. Quick recapitulation, children. This is a sum which is given to you. Mid value first step. Assume mean given to you. D is the deviation, x minus a. D dash is d upon c. Look at the common factor here. Then you have f d dash, that is f colon into d dash. 2 into minus 2 is minus 4, and so on. The fifth step is summation of f and summation of f d dash. F d dash can also be negative. Don't worry. The sixth step is a formula, and the seventh step is posting the values in the formula. Now there are two sums given to you here again. In both the sums you have the assume mean given to you. The assume mean will be only calculated once you have calculated the x, that is a mid value. X bar is also given to you, and for your convenience tally the answers.